report para matulungan po ang transportation natin, particularly the maritime sector. I am giving this book to Secretary Al. It's entitled Larga Pinas, the first transportation policy framework produced by the Committee on Transportation. This is the first time in the history of the House of Representatives for a committee to come up with all the observations covering the various agencies and containing policy recommendation, one of which is the RoRo modernization, calling for the gradual phase out of unsafe vessels. So may I present this officially to Secretary Altusi. Although meron na po sila Francis dito, ibibigay ko po to. Ito. Ayan. Inspirasyon namin kayo sa Kongreso na mapabuti ang ating maritime sector. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we'd also like to give you, sir, a token of our appreciation. Picture po ni Lapang sa picture. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Secretary. Thank you, sir, for those kind words. And I'd also like to call po another speaker. Someone kung wala po siya, wala po ang mga barko natin. This one po ang chairman po ng Philippine Business Bank. President of the Philippine Business Bank, Mr. Ronald Avante. Good afternoon, sir.
Mahirap pag yung boss mo nandito. Empleyado lang ho ako. Kaya po nandito ako sa harapan. But again, we'd like to thank the Pusi family for allowing Philippine Business Bank to be its partner in its vision to build the modernization of the Philippine RoRo industry. When they allowed us to partner with them, we readily said yes to it because of the 3 T's that we feel is very important as we partner with the Starlight Ferries. And that is in the area of transport, the area of trade, and the area of tourism. And with these 3 being the concerns that we feel will be part of our indirect corporate social responsibility in partnership with Starlight Ferries, we know that moving forward, we will continue to be with them as we partner. Kaya po ngayon pa lang excited na kami makita yung pangatlong vessel that will be delivered in January. Again, sa Starlight Ferries, from the Philippine Business Bank, in behalf of our Chairman Emeritus, Ambassador Fred Yao, mabuhay po ang Starlight Ferries.
Thank you, sir. Sir, picture din po ni Saturn. Thank you. Alright, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I'd like to also call, last but not the least, speaker po. The man who has been instrumental in convincing the principals of Starlight Ferries into buying new RoRos po, and in line po sa vision of modernization. I'd like to call po for si Mr. Arbit Santos po. Sir, magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Arben Santos, President and Chairman of Southwest Maritime Group of Companies. People asking me, ano role ko dito? Hindi po ako may-ari. Starlight po. Ang role ko po dito, sasabihin ko sa inyo, sa umpisa po, lobbyist. It was my advocacy to have modern ships. It started. By the way, I'd like to mention that I'm already on my 46th year in shipping. So, senior citizen na po ako. I've been traveling back and forth, Manila and Japan, and I've seen how shipping goes there in the foreign countries. pero po nakaawa ko dito sa ating bansa. Bakit po ba tapunan tayo ng mga lumang barko ng Japan, Korea, at Europe? The first thing I did was in 2008 when I saw the new tankers abroad, double hull, and then we started talking if we could have double hull in the Philippines. Dahil po at the time, our vessels, average age was 25 to 30 na mga old tanker na binili natin sa Japan. When we started talking about it, people were saying, no way, you're dreaming because it's very expensive. Nobody will pay. However, we went through, fortunately or unfortunately, you may have heard or you may have remembered Solar One that had an oil spill that gulfed the island of Guimaras. Right after that, the government saw our advocacy and they admitted our proposal to have double hull ship within 3 years, and that ended in 2011. And we're very happy that all our ships right now, the tanker I mean, are double hull. Kaya wala na po kayo nakikita sa dyan na oil spill. Right after that, we were challenged if we could do the really impossible thing, which is the Ro-Ro. So we again committed our resources and time to do it. Again, people are saying, lalo ako naloloko. Who will buy 10 million, 11 million, 12 million dollar when you can buy a second hand 21-year-old at 2 million or 2.5 million? Well, after 4 years, you are now here. This is thanks to I'd like to thank the former chairman, Mr. Al, whom I have to twist his arm to look at my report, and we were discussing this while we were playing golf. I'd like to thank also PBB for taking a very big risk on us. And if you notice, we had to put their name on the vessel, and this is to acknowledge that without PBB, there will be no vessel. Now, with the new administration, we're lucky. I would say the last administration, sad to say, was not encouraging me. Hindi po sila maniwala sa akin. But with the new administration, I am very hopeful. First, the Secretary, Art Togade, is my friend. He's also in shipping. The Undersecretary, I know very well, Mr. Philip Budan. And our Marina Administrator, whom I know well, by name, Chief Amaro. Mr. Amaro po is a Chief Engineer. He is also well known as the famous safety officer of Petron. As a safety officer, he will not allow any vessel to load in the Petron refinery if it does not approve of the condition of the ship. I'm very, very happy that he is now the administrator because, as Philip said, safety, safety, safety is the battle cry of our administration. To Dr. Amaro, may your experience guide us to weed out Roros and passenger ships which are not safe. Your experience will really help us here. There are two ways to modernize. One way is to build new ships. The second way is be strict on the rules of safety. That means you have to retire ships that are not safe. Thank you very much, and without you, Starlight, this will not be possible. I don't know which second company will come up to have a new one. If I may interrupt you, may I ask a new guest who came here na late dahil siguro sa traffic. I'm very happy to introduce Secretary Art Togade.